in terms of the second thing, it's the fact that you need to use your teacher. A lot of you guys I see, they come to me for tuition. They ask me, sir, can you teach me this topic? Sir, can you do this? Sir, can we look at or go over this topic I do not understand in my class? There are a lot of you guys do that. But one thing you guys don't understand is the fact that teachers have worked so many years in their life to help you, so use them. Because a lot of you guys don't use your teachers. A lot of you guys pay a lot of extra money, tell your parents, Mom, Dad, I do not understand how to do this topic, I need some help, I don't think my teacher is good enough, I don't know what to do, I need to do something else, I need some extra classes somewhere else, and a lot of you guys come like that to me. And the thing that I don't understand is why you don't use your teachers as much as you should. A lot of you guys are worried about the fact that complaining about your teacher is something that's going to affect you in the long run. That is not something that you should focus on. At the end of the day, the teachers have the most experience in this field, and you using them as much as possible is what is going to help you get a grade 9. Because when it comes to teachers, a lot of you guys might have some bad teachers. If you do, that doesn't mean that you have to stick with them. You tell the head of teacher or you tell the head of your department stating that this teacher is not good enough. You can talk to them privately without anyone else knowing and ask them to remain anonymous about your complaint that you do not think this teacher is good enough, and then they will have some inspections where the teachers, the main staff, will come inside their classroom to see what is going on, how they are teaching. And that is something that you should not be scared to reveal to your head of departments, to your friends, etc. So don't be scared, and when you have a good teacher, use them as much as possible because they have the most experience in this field. They have worked many years to be in the position they are right now. And secondly and thirdly, they have the experience of previous students and they know what is right or wrong. And that is something that is very important, because these teachers have worked very hard. They've had the experience. If you have a teacher that has been literally 25 years, 30 years in the experience, use them as much as they can, because they know what is right, they know what is wrong. I know it's meant to say right or wrong, it says right on wrong, but there's going to be some technical difficulties in terms of the quality of the presentation, but that's a small grammatical error. But when it comes to the teachers, they know what is right, they know what is wrong, they've seen what previous students have done and what's worked for them, what hasn't worked for them. So use them as much as possible. And that's why I do urge you not to spend time and money on tutors after failing to use your teachers for the first time, because at the end of the day, teachers are literally working very hard to be in the position. They are getting paid, they are getting focused to teach in a particular way. So use them as much as possible. And when you have that small percentage where you do not think the school is good enough, you do not think the teachers are good enough, where you cannot really get something out of it, that's when you move on to a tutor, which is the last thing I recommend. But that is something that you guys should focus on. From something where I believe using a teacher is very important. And when you think that teachers don't get paid to teach you, they are getting paid. It's your parents' hard-earned money that is being used in terms of taxes towards the teacher. At the end of the day, you're pretty much paying them. So when you pay teachers, you should try to make the most out of them, because it's something that's going to affect you in the long run. So use them as much as you can, because they know what is right, they know the way they're going to teach, and when using them as much as possible, they will start to take care of you more and more, and they understand that you want that grade 9. That's something that is dependent on your mentality. The secret mentality of students that get a grade 9 is that fact that they want a grade 9, as we just discussed before, and secondly, they use their teacher. You may have those friends that stay with the teacher until 6 p.m. after school is finished. They're all the students that really want to get grade 9, and the teachers will help them. So don't feel bad about making their jobs difficult, since they won't feel bad if you do bad in your GCSEs. Their life goes on and on. They don't care about what you get in your GCSEs, because next year they'll have a different batch of students. Next year they get a different batch of students. Their life goes on and on. So they do not feel bad about the fact that you haven't used them as much as possible, because they're not going to feel bad if you get your bad results in GCSEs, because first of all, they have a number of students to worry about. They don't focus just on you, so they're not going to feel bad about you, and they're not going to think that, oh, the student has got a grade 4 or has not passed in his GCSEs, it's going to affect me. No, not at all. So don't feel bad about making their jobs difficult. Use them as much as possible. Go to their classrooms at lunchtime. Go for advice in the morning. do it when you can. Use them as much as possible, and it will affect you in a positive way as well, because the teachers will understand that this student wants to get a grade 9 in GCSE Maths, for instance, since we're talking about that subject. So using them as much as possible is something that I urge you. The way to get a grade 9 in GCSE Maths is using your teacher as much as possible. So that is something that you should be able to experience. And don't feel bad about that, because if your teacher understands that you want a grade 9 and you're using them as much as possible, your teacher will help you. The teacher may focus more on you in terms of your classroom. The teacher will listen to you, what your opinions are. The teacher will come and ask you, oh, the student, what do you feel? How do you feel about this lesson? Do you understand everything? Do you need any help in any particular topic? The teachers will want to help you more and more. And at the end of the day, you're the one that's getting benefited. So use them as much as possible.